What if I told you that one of the most powerful anti-aging secrets on the planet has been sitting in your kitchen cabinet this whole time, and most people have absolutely no idea what it can do for their skin? Tonight while you sleep, your body goes into a deep repair mode. It rebuilds collagen, fights inflammation, and regenerates skin cells. But here is the thing, whether that process works at full power or barely at all depends entirely on what you ate that day. And there is one specific nut, one humble, wrinkled little food that can supercharge that entire nighttime repair cycle so dramatically that women and men who start eating it consistently begin noticing tighter skin, fewer wrinkles, and a genuine glow within just a few weeks. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the time this video is over, you are going to understand exactly why this nut works, how to eat it correctly for maximum skin benefits, and why eating it the wrong way can actually cancel out all of its benefits entirely. This is information your dermatologist probably never told you, and it is completely backed by science. The nut we are talking about today is the walnut. And before you think, oh, I already know about walnuts, I want you to hear me out, because what most people know about walnuts is only the surface level. The real story of what walnuts do to human skin at a cellular level is genuinely extraordinary, and once you understand the mechanism, you will never look at this food the same way again. Let us start with the foundational question: why do we get wrinkles and sagging skin in the first place? The answer comes down to three core processes that begin accelerating after our mid-20s. First, collagen production slows dramatically. Collagen is the structural protein that keeps skin firm, plump, and smooth. Think of it like the scaffolding underneath your skin. When that scaffolding starts to break down and is not replaced fast enough, the skin begins to sag and fold. Second, oxidative stress accumulates. Free radicals, unstable molecules generated by sun exposure, pollution, stress, and poor diet, attack skin cells and break down collagen even faster. Third, chronic low-grade inflammation damages the skin's extracellular matrix, which is the network of proteins and molecules that gives skin its structure and elasticity. Now here is where the walnut enters the picture in a truly remarkable way. It addresses all three of these root causes simultaneously, and it does so with a unique combination of nutrients that very few other foods can match. The first and perhaps most impressive compound in walnuts when it comes to skin aging is omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, which is the plant-based form of omega-3. Your skin is literally made of fat. The outer layer of every skin cell, called the cell membrane, is composed largely of fatty acids. When you are deficient in omega-3s, which most people in the modern world are, those cell membranes become rigid and dysfunctional. They cannot hold moisture properly. They cannot communicate effectively with surrounding cells. They cannot defend against environmental damage. The result is dry, dull, thin-looking skin that wrinkles much more easily. When you start consistently consuming the omega-3 fatty acids found in walnuts, those cell membranes become more fluid, more flexible, and more hydrated from the inside out. Studies have shown that adequate omega-3 intake measurably increases skin elasticity and reduces the depth of existing wrinkles. And walnuts are one of the very best plant-based sources of this essential fatty acid on the planet. Just a small handful, about 1 ounce or roughly 7 whole walnuts, gives you more than 2 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, which is well above the daily recommended intake for most adults. But the omega-3 story is only the beginning. Walnuts are extraordinarily rich in vitamin E, and not just one form of it. Vitamin E is one of the most potent fat-soluble antioxidants in nature, and its relationship to skin health is profound. When ultraviolet radiation from the sun hits your skin, it triggers a cascade of oxidative damage. Free radicals are generated, collagen fibers are cleaved, and DNA inside skin cells is damaged. Vitamin E essentially positions itself in the fatty layers of your skin and intercepts those free radicals before they can cause destruction. It is like having a security guard stationed at every cell membrane, neutralizing threats before they reach the interior. Beyond its antioxidant role, vitamin E also directly supports the production of new skin cells and plays a role in the synthesis of connective tissue. People with higher vitamin E levels consistently show fewer signs of photoaging, the kind of wrinkling and pigmentation caused by sun exposure, compared to people with lower levels. And because vitamin E is fat-soluble, pairing walnuts with a small amount of healthy fat enhances its absorption even further. which is something we will come back to when we talk about the correct way to eat them. Now let us talk about something that makes the walnut uniquely powerful for nighttime skin repair, and this is the connection that most people never hear about. Walnuts are one of the only foods in the world that contain a meaningful, biologically significant amount of melatonin. You know melatonin is the sleep hormone. Your body produces it in the evening to signal that it is time to rest. But melatonin is also one of the most potent antioxidants ever discovered. Research from the past decade has revealed that melatonin plays a direct role in skin repair and regeneration. It protects skin cells from UV-induced damage. It stimulates the activity of other antioxidant enzymes in the skin. And critically, it is during the deep sleep phases that human growth hormone is released, collagen synthesis peaks, and cellular repair operates at its highest efficiency. When you eat walnuts in the evening, and this timing is actually important, the melatonin they contain works synergistically with your body's own melatonin production, potentially deepening and improving the quality of your sleep, which in turn amplifies the entire overnight skin repair process. This is the literal mechanism behind the idea of looking younger while you sleep. You are not just passively resting, you are actively rebuilding, and walnuts help fuel and optimize that process. Let us continue with another powerful skin compound found in walnuts, polyphenols, and specifically elasticity, which are a class of antioxidants that are particularly concentrated in the thin, papery skin of the walnut, that slightly bitter layer that coats each walnut half. Many people actually remove this skin or choose processed walnuts where it has been stripped away, and in doing so they are throwing away one of the most valuable parts. Elasticity are converted by gut bacteria into compounds called urolithins, and research has shown that urolithins have remarkable anti-inflammatory and cellular renewal properties. They activate a process called mitophagy, which is essentially the body's way of cleaning out old damaged mitochondria and replacing them with new efficient ones. Healthy mitochondria in skin cells means better energy production, better cellular function, and ultimately healthier, more youthful-looking skin. So the next time you eat walnuts, do not peel away that papery skin. That slightly bitter coating is biological gold. Zinc is another mineral that walnuts provide in meaningful amounts, and its importance for skin cannot be overstated. Zinc is required as a cofactor for the enzymes that synthesize collagen. Without adequate zinc, your body literally cannot produce collagen at the rate it needs to. Zinc also regulates sebum production, which matters for people dealing with adult acne or oily skin alongside aging concerns. It supports wound healing, reduces inflammation, and helps maintain the integrity of the skin barrier, that thin protective layer on the surface of your skin that keeps moisture in and irritants out. When the skin barrier is compromised, skin looks dry, rough, red, and aged. Zinc helps maintain its structural function. And because zinc deficiency is actually more common than most people realize, especially in populations eating highly processed diets, adding a zinc-rich whole food like walnuts to your daily routine can make a perceptible difference. Now let us talk about selenium, because walnuts, while not as dramatically high in selenium as Brazil nuts, do contain a useful amount of this trace mineral that plays a critical role in skin antioxidant defense. Selenium is a component of glutathione peroxidase, which is your body's master antioxidant enzyme. This enzyme is sometimes called the body's first line of defense against oxidative damage. Low selenium levels are associated with premature aging, reduced skin elasticity, and increased susceptibility to UV damage. Getting selenium from whole food sources like walnuts, rather than isolated supplements, provides it in a form that is well absorbed and works in harmony with the other nutrients present. Now, I want to address something important, and this is the part where many people go wrong. Walnuts are extraordinarily healthy, but they can also be easy to overeat, and consuming too many can actually work against your goals. Walnuts are calorie dense. 1 ounce, approximately 7 walnut halves, contains around 185 calories. They are also relatively high in omega-6 fatty acids, alongside their omega-3s, and while the ratio in walnuts is far better than most nuts, eating very large quantities can tip your body's omega-3 to omega-6 balance in the wrong direction, which promotes rather than reduces inflammation. The ideal daily amount for skin benefits is between 1 and 1.5 ounces per day, eaten consistently. More than that on a daily basis is generally unnecessary and can be counterproductive for some people. The form in which you eat your walnuts also matters enormously. Raw, unsalted walnuts preserve the full spectrum of their nutrients, including the heat-sensitive omega-3 fatty acids and the delicate polyphenols. When walnuts are roasted at high temperatures, oxidation of those fragile omega-3 fats can occur, generating compounds that are actually pro-inflammatory rather than anti-inflammatory. If you prefer some warmth to your walnuts, very light, low-temperature toasting is acceptable, but heavily roasted, salted, flavored walnut products defeat much of the purpose. Always choose raw or minimally processed walnuts and store them in a cool, dark place or even in the refrigerator, because the fats in walnuts can go rancid when exposed to heat, light and air. Rancid walnuts are not only unpleasant tasting, that sharp, bitter, almost paint-like smell is a telltale sign, but the oxidized fats they contain are actively harmful to your cells. For best results, eat your walnuts in the evening, ideally an hour or two before bed, to take advantage of their melatonin content during your sleep cycle. You can eat them plain, add them to a small bowl of plain yogurt with some berries, or blend them into a smoothie. If you are eating them to support skin health, pairing them with a source of vitamin C, like a small handful of blueberries or a few slices of kiwi, creates a powerful synergy, because vitamin C is required for the hydroxylation of proline and lysine, two amino acids that are essential building blocks of collagen. When your body has both the vitamin E from walnuts protecting existing collagen and the vitamin C stimulating new collagen synthesis, you are giving your skin a genuinely comprehensive toolkit for regeneration. It is also worth noting that walnuts pair exceptionally well with a broader anti-inflammatory dietary pattern. Their benefits are amplified when you are also minimizing refined sugars, which directly glycate and damage collagen fibers, reducing processed seed oils, staying well hydrated, and getting adequate sleep. Walnuts are not a magic cure in isolation. They are a powerful piece of a holistic approach to skin aging that works from the inside out. One more thing that deserves mention: the gut-skin axis. Research over the past decade has firmly established that the health of your gut microbiome is intimately connected to the health and appearance of your skin. Walnuts have been shown in multiple clinical studies to significantly improve the diversity and composition of the gut microbiome. They increase populations of beneficial bacteria like Lactobacillus and Ruminococci species, and they reduce populations of harmful bacteria associated with inflammation. When your gut microbiome is healthier, systemic inflammation decreases, nutrient absorption improves, and the skin reflects that internal balance with greater clarity, evenness, and resilience. Many people who start eating walnuts consistently report improvements not just in wrinkles and firmness, but in overall skin tone, reduced redness, and fewer breakouts, and the gut-skin connection explains a large part of why. So to bring everything together, the walnut is remarkable, not because of any single magical compound, but because of the extraordinary synergy of everything it contains. Its omega-3 fatty acids rebuild cell membranes and increase elasticity. Its vitamin E neutralizes free radicals and protects collagen. Its melatonin optimizes your overnight repair cycle. Its alligitannins reduce inflammation and drive cellular renewal through urolithin production. Its zinc fuels collagen synthesis. Its selenium powers your body's master antioxidant defense. And its prebiotic fibers improve your gut microbiome, which reduces the systemic inflammation that accelerates skin aging. 1 to 1.5 ounces of raw walnuts per day, eaten consistently in the evening, with the papery skin intact, represents one of the most scientifically grounded, cost-effective, and accessible things you can do right now for the long-term health and appearance of your skin. If you found this information valuable, please make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss another video. Give this video a like if it helped you, and drop a comment below letting me know what health topic you would like me to cover next. I read every single one, and your suggestions directly shape what content comes next.